My name is Aruba and I am a singer, songwriter, poet, and I also get involved in activism as well. Aruba, she was a legendary female pirate, and my sister chose the name for me. And for a few different reasons. I liked the idea of this strong woman who was like leading this band of pirates around the oceans, and also I think there's a lot of good and bad things happening with piracy around the world and within music as well, so it's kind of a commentation on that and the rebelliousness of it, and also the fact that the Caribbean has been an influence on what I do.
March onwards, my rebel soldiers. Yes, you know just how much I love you. You know that I feel what you're fighting for. The war is raw, I'll be beside you.
The way Natasha writes, it's non-judgmental. It's more just observing the world and the way it is and writing about it and just letting people know different situations that can occur and saying that's fine, life happens at the end of the day, and I think it's good for people to listen to different situations and realise that it could be any one of us.
Guys, struggling, get away. Who am I? Where?
It's good, I enjoy playing the music, and for me it's kind of more than the music. Like the lyrics and what she stands for is something that it's something I want to strive for, like learning more about the world and what you would personally like to change about it.
Aruba Red is an amazing artist who has conscious, serious, deep lyrics, and she fuses that with a bit of reggae, dubstep, and just music that's just around really, so she creates her own sort of sound music.
Really going on strange days, uncertain times are easy.
Electronic production techniques of taking sounds and chopping them up and rearranging them in new ways is very important to the Aruba Red sound, to the electronic sound. But when we go on tour, we've been playing just acoustic, so it's always a challenge to turn these electronic arrangements and these electronic compositions into something that can be played on a basic percussion setup or just an acoustic guitar. So Charlie, the guitarist, he often has to play many different parts because we have no bass player. He has to cover the bass line, he has to cover the chords, and he has to back up the melody.
If it can inspire enough people to come together, then it can lead to change. I don't think music itself can necessarily change the world for the better, but I definitely think that it can inspire people to try and make a change and come together and realise that certain things need to be changed.
You may pray to the east or yearn for the west and miss home. And I look to the palaces, the houses of power, Vuzu and Babylon.
You can move somebody through a poem just when you're speaking to them, and you can evoke feelings just from playing music to them. So either one can be amazing, but I think to find the balance between the two. And I'm very lucky to work with some very, very talented musicians, so I definitely try and have an equal balance between music and lyrics.
I will move you away from the storm. It's the devil when
I'm feeling positive about music. I think, I don't kind of always think about music as just what is in the charts or, what you're going to turn on if you put on MTV Bass or whatever. It's kind of, music can be what is playing in your head, or music can be the song that, you can play yourself on your guitar, or you can hear a friend singing to you, in your house, or it can be it doesn't have to always be run by, you know, the corporate capitalist kind of system that is pumping things out.
Carry you with me. I'm grateful, grateful, grateful for who came for me. Although I didn't know you.
A song can last forever, and it tells a story, and I just think it documents those feelings at that time. And obviously now, you know, we can record them and put them onto CD or MP3 or whatever, and you know, that it just takes a moment from time, and that is like a documentation of that time in history.
I remember when she brought home her first ever song after working with this man, and I was really shocked at how good it was for her first song.
Look to the sky, are the angels flying by for the babies? There are few who try, must choose blind eyes to the cries of the babies.
We first started working together a long time ago. We were introduced through some mutual musician friends, and since then we've been doing a lot of work together in this country, did a lot of work in New York together, which was lovely, and in all of our previous projects. What's special about Aruba is that she's an artist who balances social commentary with basically fun and a good sense of how music should capture you on an emotional level. And as a producer, it's really nice to work with someone who balances both of those things equally.
You are making these connections with people through your voice or what you're singing about, and you know, you could be on completely other sides of the world, but you've made that connection with that person. And I definitely think that the people that support my music and enjoy my music, that we're kind of all in this together. We're all kind of, you push something forward together. It's not about one person, because you know, those people are playing it and spreading it around, and without them, again, you know, it wouldn't be where it is.
One blood, one love will reign supreme.
Amazing person, you know, great artist as well, very inspirational, very encouraging as well, very supportive. Personally, I mean, she's just a great sister to have, you know what I mean? She's, like I said, she's a very encouraging person. She's just a great person to have around.
She's on a conscious thing, strict conscious thing. So it's like when you can match up good music with something that's conscious, that's the type of stuff that really inspires me.
In terms of worrying about the future, obviously, you know, even just now here in the UK, it's a very turbulent time politically. There's a lot of cuts happening, and a lot of, you know, the government is kind of making cuts all over the place, so it's affecting poor people very much. I would love to sing for people who maybe don't have the opportunity to just go out and have a good time sometimes, because maybe, you know, the situation they're living in is difficult, or because of, you know, wars or whatever is happening, like things like that don't, you know, happen so much. Like, I know that some artists, they go out and they put concerts on for the soldiers who are fighting in Afghanistan or fighting, you know, wherever, in Iraq. And I think I would love to go and do a concert for the people who are actually living there, you know, not necessarily for the soldiers who are going through their own struggle, but for the people who don't have any choice. But I would love to sing anywhere where people would want to hear me sing. I would love to go, and I love to travel and meet people, so yeah, all around the world.
She's a person that cares a lot about the human condition and finding the humanity in every situation, no matter how bad, no matter how good, just finding that one thing that holds us all as human.
I think she's promoting people to kind of do their own investigating into kind of current affairs and like what's happening now.
Globalized world is becoming increasingly capitalistic, increasingly materialist. So I think it's really important that there are artists in you know, making accessible music that anyone can enjoy.
You don't always have to look at some huge task, or, you know, because sometimes the problems in the world, they can seem so deep and so intertwined and twisted, you don't even know where to start to change things. And I think that's when you can become disheartened and just feel too frustrated and just be like, you know, I can't deal with this. But it can just be very small things, you know, helping somebody with their shopping bags, or if someone is carrying a pram and they can't get down the stairs at the underground station, help them carry it. You know, it can just be very little things that if everybody did the right thing in every situation, the world would definitely change.
Take me down to the ocean so I can wash away my memories so blue. I don't know the way to the golden sands, baby. I may easily lose my way without you.